All right, welcome out here to Buchholz Park here, Leo Kupmancheski Park here, field, for the final game here today of this weekend-long tournament, the Firecracker Classic. Two familiar teams going head-to-head in this game. A 4 o'clock start here with Wausau Bulldog American Legion Post 10 against the Stevens Point Sixers. Wausau comes in here with an overall record of 9-11. They're head coached by Tom Magnuson, assisted by Adam Kramer and John Albee. Our Auto Select pregame show here today. Auto Select, which is Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services. They have locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. So the final game here, the Firecracker Classic, Sunday, July 7th. We'll have our starting lineups for both teams here. I believe there will be the national anthem since this is the last game of the weekend-long tournament, the three-day tournament here. We'll get our starting lineups, though. We'll start with Wausau Post 10. Oliver Tarosky will lead it off for Wausau. He'll be hitting first out in right field. Tony Eiffeldano will hit second tonight and play over at third base. Luke Smogoleski will hit third and play first base. Caden Worth out in center, hitting in the cleanup spot for Wausau. Jesse Osnes will hit in the 5 spot and designated hitting tonight. Jackson Albee hitting 6th and out in left field. Jack Bartles hitting 7th out at shortstop. Davis Winter will hit 8th over at second base. And Brennan Fictum will round out the roster here for Wausau. He'll catch tonight, hitting 9th. And Ryan Rodemeyer will get the start. He'll get the nod on the hill for Wausau. And Tom Magnuson, Adam Kramer, and John Albee round out the coaching staff. Tom Magnuson, the head coach here, the manager. Turn it over to the Sixers now. Noah Marschke will lead it off here. He'll play first base today. Peyton Flees out in center. He'll hit second. Caden Adam, he'll hit third and play third base. Kyle Madlena doing the designated hitting. He'll bat in the cleanup spot. Braylon Smola out in right field here this afternoon, hitting 5th. Caden Weinferder, he'll hit 6 and play short. Braden Marschke hitting 7th today, and he'll play out in left field. Dayton Kobach will do the catching and hit 8th. And Josh Opiola will round out the lineup. He'll be over at second base in this game. Zach Richter will get the start here for the Sixers. We'll get our national anthem here.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
At Nicolet Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolet Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
All right, ready to play some baseball here. Again, we had our Auto Select pregame show. Auto Select is Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. So Zach Richter will get the start here for the Sixers. Again, we mentioned Wausau comes in here with an overall record of 9-11. They're head coached by Tom Magnuson. I had a chance to call a game for them last Wednesday over in DC Everest. Tom and the staff, they came out on the short end, but I think that was a pretty good baseball game that night. Two good pitchers going at it with J.J. Lewis from DC Everest and Jack Bartles from Wausau, both going head-to-head in that one. But these two teams will actually see each other again Tuesday back in regular league play Tuesday night. That one's over in Wausau. It's a 7:30 start. And Stevens Point, as we mentioned in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show, they come in here with an overall record of 13-5. They played this morning at 9 o'clock, and they came out of here with a 12-5 victory. Pretty convincing victory at that, with a 12-5 victory over Middleton in the first of two games here today. And they really, I would say, broke that game open in that bottom half of inning number 6, where they erupted for 8 runs on 7 hits. So Oliver Tarosky will lead things off here for Wausau. Wausau post 10. The Bulldogs. Chase Lyons on our production staff here today. Brandon Baroncut bringing the call here from Zaleski. Richter working out of the windup, the pitch, and that is going to miss down low, it looks like. So it is 1-0 now here to Tarosky. Oliver, the right fielder for post 10. That's going to be hit on the ground. Adam will field it, but it's going to be in the field of foul here. So it's a 1-1 count now to Oliver. Tony Eifeldano, the on-deck hitter for Wausau. Richter, certainly one of those lanky right-handers. Kind of certainly one of the regular pitchers for the Sixers squad, the pitching staff here. So it goes to 2-1 on Oliver Tarosky. That's going to be chopped on the ground just over the glove of Caden Adam. That was going to be a tough play. And I believe that'll probably be scored as a hit, and it is. And that'll bring up Tony Eifeldano. Tony hitting in the second spot here for Wausau post 10. So Tarosky over at first. Richter working from the stretch, the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. So it's 0-1 now to Eifeldano. Richter checking, and that ball is a miss low, so it's 1-1 now. Richter's 1-1 pitch. That's inside now, so it's 2-1. Tom Magnuson over there at third, the third base coach, the manager for this team. Assisted again by Adam Kramer and John Albee. That ball hit out into right. Giving chase on it is Braylon Smola. And he will make the play for out number 1 to retire Tony Eiffeldano. So 1 away now for Luke Smogoleski. Luke, the left-handed hitting first baseman here for Wausau, hitting tonight in the 3rd spot. Richter from the stretch, the pitch. And that'll be high and outside, so it's 1-0 now to Luke. Caden Worth, the on-deck hitter for the Bulldogs here. Richter set. And his 1-0 offering is going to miss just outside, so it's now 2-0 to Smogoleski. And that's in there for strike 1, so it's 2-1 now. Richter coming with the fastball. And that ball going to be lifted out of play and foul. That'll be a souvenir, a $1 token credit here. So it's 2-2. And another one hit out of foul. That's going to careen over near the batting cage area. Sprint is on for that one. See who gets there first. Now count even at 2-2 now. That ball chopped into the hole over to second and just out of the reach of Opiola. That'll be a base hit for Luke Smogoleski. And that'll bring up the center fielder here in Caden Worth. With 1 out here, top half inning number 1. The final slate, final game of a slate of games over the span of 3 days. And Worth swings and misses through the off-speed pitch from Richter, so it's 0-1 now to Worth. Field looks terrific. Nice job by the Ball Diamond crew. Some memories of being on that Ball Diamond crew many moons ago myself. Infamous P3 to Ball Diamond crew was our tagline. It was Jerry Krieger that kept us in line. That was many years ago. Back in the college days here. So it's 1-1 now to Worth. And that will be a foul ball, so it is 1-2 now to Worth. But yeah, again, diamond looks great. Grass looks good. Had some rain on Friday evening. That certainly put a bit of a damper into, I guess we'll say, the logistics, but overall things worked out really well, and kudos to everyone for making that happen, and here we are. So it's 1-2 now to Caden Worth. With Tarosky out at second and Smogoleski out at first. It's a 2-2 count here to Worth. And that ball chopped on the ground over to third and not able to get it, and a run's going to score here, as that is Tarosky coming home. And I think they're going to score that in E5, I believe. So Worth will be aboard the E5 here. So a couple runners on with Jesse Osnes coming up. Osnes doing the designated hitting in this game here. Looks at ball one high, so it's 1-0 now to Osnes. Richter's 1-0 pitch, that's belted into the air. And calling for it is the third baseman, Caden Adam, and he'll retire Jesse Osnes for the second out. That's the F5 here. And that'll bring up the left fielder in Jackson Albee. Smogaleski at second and Worth over at first. Richter's pitch gets past Kobach. Both runners will advance 90 feet in front of them, and Smogaleski goes to third, Worth down to second. So Wausau strikes first. Richter from the stretch, the pitch off speed. Good mix there, and swinging through that is Albee, so it is 1-1 now here. Shortstop Jack Bartles, the on-deck hitter for Wausau. Richter working from the stretch, couple runners in scoring position. We'll see if they went. And they're going to say that he did go, so it is now 1-2 to Albee. So Richter with a 1-2 count coming up here. And that's a called third strike, and that is the first Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here tonight for Zach Richter. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. So 3 outs here. Couple hits. 1 run on the board here. A half inning in the books. Bottom half inning 1 coming up. Stevens Point coming up. They trail 1-0. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza, hand-style pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce, toppings and slices.
You'll love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Pizza. Rocky Rococo.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
All right, we are back. Bottom half inning 1 here. One of our many game day sponsors this afternoon, Felt's Dairy. The culture of Wisconsin is forever tied to life on the farm. Bring the family for a visit to Felt's Dairy Store in Stevens Point. Cheeses, dairy products, local meats, seasonal decor, and so much more. That's Felt's Dairy Store. Food, family, and fun. Also brought to you today in part by S.E. Swiderski and SCS Apartment. Our home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, Look to S.C. Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scSwiderski.com for more. So Stevens Point coming up here. Ryan Rodemeyer, right-hander on the hill, getting the start here in this 4 o'clock contest. And as we mentioned in our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show, the final game of many games out here at Buchholz Park in the annual Ed Kardak Firecracker Classic. And Noah Marschke here to lead things off for the Sixers, and that ball will miss down low, so it's 1-0 to Marschke. Rodemeyer set the pitch. That ball misses down low, so it's 2-0 now to Marschke. Rodemeyer from the windup. And his 2-0 pitch misses a bit high now, so it's 3-0. Rodemeyer's 3-0 pitch, a 4-pitch at bat, and a walk for Noah Marschke, who will lead things off here. And that brings up Peyton Flees. Peyton, the center fielder here. Rodemeyer comes set. And the pitch to Flees, that's going to be hit over to second. And a chance for 2. And they will get the double play, the 4-6-3 double play, in fact. So the 4-6-3 double play initiated by Davis Winter over that second there. And 2 outs for Caden Adam. And that's a called strike to Caden. Sweeper. Now it's 0-2 now here to Adam. Rodemeyer's 1-2 pitch skips away in the dirt. May have careened off the umpire possibly, but he looks to be okay. So it's an even 2-2 now here to Caden. 2 outs, nobody on. Rodemeyer's 2-2 pitch. That's down low, so it's full count now. And that's fouled into the fence. Kyle Madlena giving chase to that one there. The next hitter should Mr. Adam reach here. And that ball hit out into right. Giving chase on that is Oliver Tarosky to put it away for out number 3. So the F9 retiring Caden Adam, a 3-up, 3-down inning, so no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 inning in the books here. Again, Stevens Point trails 1-0. Second inning coming up here. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. We'll be back here momentarily.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Hello, Wisconsin. Felt's Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Feltz Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Feltz Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
All right, we're back out here for the second inning of action here. And Jack Bartles will lead things off in the top half inning here of number 2 for Wausau Post 10, the Bulldogs. His first at-bat here this afternoon. And that ball hit in the hole. That's going to be a tough play. Weinfurter will range to get it, but he's not going to be able to make the throw. That would have been a long throw. And that'll be a base hit for Bartles. Jim Small and Shane Adam working up here. Been up here all weekend doing a nice job. Jim doing the books. And I don't think you'll find too many people that'll keep a better book than Mr. Smola down there. So that's bunted foul, and that's going to be 0-1 now to Davis Winter. So Bartles aboard here for Wausau. But in all seriousness, just a good tournament, a lot of good people working hard. We've been here for most of the games anyways with Zaleski, and good effort by everyone to put on a tournament such as this. Ball hit out into the air. That's going to be to center. Flea's coming over on it. He's not going to be able to make the play, but a good effort nonetheless. And that'll be a single for Davis Winter. Certainly made a valiant effort there, did Payton. And his ball cap came off, so you know he did. The infamous ball cap loss there, but you know Payton's playing hard. So a couple runners on here, nobody out for Brennan Fictum. So Fictum with a 1-0 count. Brennan, the ninth hitter, the catcher here for the Bulldogs. He shows bunt. He bunts that foul. And the count will go now to 1-1. So it's a 1-1 count here coming up to Fictum. He shows bunt again, and everybody charging in. Meanwhile, both base runners advance 90 feet, so Bartles goes to third. Winter down to second. And it's 2-1 now to Fictum. That ball's hit out of play and foul, so count goes even now at 2-2. A little bit of wind pickup here. Coming out of the, we'll say what, Chase, southeast maybe? Chase says, yeah. Let's say about 9 miles an hour on that. Katie had the wind speed for us yesterday, Katie Lecton. So it's 2-2 here now to Fictum. And that'll be a swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Kobach will throw down to first to retire Fictum for the first out, and that's the second Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here for Zach Richter. You can call Jamie Wenzel at ServPro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. So back to the top of the order here in Oliver Tarosky. Oliver is 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored just an inning ago. 1 out now with a couple of runners in scoring position with Bartles out at third and Winter down at second. And Tarosky swings through strike 1. And that'll be a called strike to Tarosky, so it's quickly 0-2 now to Oliver. The 0-2 pitch coming up here from Zach. And that'll be a swing and a miss, so that'll be strikeout number 3 here. That's another ServPro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Mr. Richter. You can call Jamie Wenzel at ServPro for the #1 choice. In cleanup and restoration, 2 outs now here for Tony Eiffeldano. Tony 0 for 1 here today. Flew out to right field. Back in inning 1. So Richter working with 2 outs here. And his pitch will miss. Gets away from Kobach, but not far enough away. And runners will stay put here. So it's 1-0 now to Eiffeldano. And that ball hit out to Fleas out in center. He's got a beat on it, and he'll make the play for the 3rd out by way of the F8 here if you're scoring at home. But a couple of hits, couple left on base. No runs come across here. We'll move to the bottom half inning, number 2. Wausau out front, 1-0. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
All right, Kyle Madlena back here. He fouls his first pitch off from Rodemeyer. Kyle, who we saw in the first game with a couple of doubles, a couple of long doubles too. Both of them hit against the ivy out in left and left center this morning. So he was hitting the baseball hard this morning. So it's a 1-1 count here to Madlena. And that is going to be caught in foul territory. Coming over to make the play is Smogaleski to retire Kyle Madlena for the first out here, the F3. In foul territory, and 1 out now for Braylon Smola. Smola out in right field here for this contest. Rodemeyer set the pitch, and that's in there for strike one. Rodemeyer, and that's going to be a base hit for Smola. So the first hit here for the Sixers. Early goings, of course, but Smola aboard now with one out for Caden Weinfurter. So Weinfurter, the shortstop here with Smola aboard at first. Rodemeyer working from the stretch. He's set. He'll step away and throw over to first, checking on Smola there with Smogileski, and Smola back in there safely. Rodemeyer's pitch. That's in there for strike one here to Weinfurter. That's going to be hit out of play and foul, so it's quickly 0-2 now here to Caden. So Rodemeyer's 0-2 pitch to Caden Weinfurter. Smola on the run. There'll be a throw down to second. Not going to be in time, and Smola will be in with a stolen base down to second. But Weinfurter down on strikes for second out, and that's a Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Ryan Rodemeyer. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serb Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. So the first Serb Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here this afternoon for Mr. Rodemeyer. So 2 outs now here for Braden Marschke. Smola out at second. Rodemeyer's pitch, and that is in there for strike one. We're in the bottom of the second inning here. Nice 79-degree sunny afternoon here on July 7th. Ball misses high to Braden Marschke, so it's now 1-1. Rodemeyer in there for strike two. Braden Marschke, that's a breaking ball, so it's 1-2 now to Braden. And that pitch misses outside, just off the outside part of the plate here, so it goes even now at 2-2. To left fielder Braden Marschke. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's hit on the ground over to Rodemeyer. He'll stay with it. He'll make the play, and the 1-3 put out to retire Braden Marschke for out number 3. One hit, runner left on, no runs, no errors. 2 innings are complete here. Wausau out front 1-0. Third inning coming up here. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball this afternoon on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi,
this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love Home Furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
All right, back out here. There are many game day sponsors here. Does your roof need attention? We'll call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield today. They are your hail damage experts, and they serve all of central Wisconsin with both residential and commercial roofing. If you have recent hail damage to your home or business, Seamless Commercial Roofing is your hail damage expert, and the workmanship is always guaranteed. Call them today for a free estimate. That's Seamless Commercial Roofing. Call 715-204-8103. So Smogoleski will lead things off here in the top half of inning number 3. So it's 0-1 here to Luke. Zach Richter out for his 3rd inning of work here for the Sixers. A swing and a miss. So the count now quickly 0-2 to Luke Smogoleski. And the off-speed pitch just missed to Luke, so it's 1-2 now. Luke 1 for 1 here today. Had a single back in inning 1. And Richter's pitch just misses outside, so it goes to 2-2 now. And a smash into the hole, base hit for Smogoleski. And that'll bring up Caden Worth. Caden reached on the E5 back in inning number 1. Caden, the center fielder. So Smogoleski aboard at first. Richter working from the stretch, the pitch. And that is in there for strike 1. And that pitch hit out to left. Going back on it. And the F7 to retire Caden Worth for the first out here. That was Braden Marshke making the play out there, and that brings up Jesse Osnes. Jesse flew out to third, the F5 back in inning 1, so he's 0 for 1 here this afternoon. In his second at-bat, designated hitter. And that ball lifted in the air out to Braden Marshke in left. He'll range over to his left, and he'll make the play for the second out.
For Wausau, number 13, Jackson Albee.
And that'll bring up left fielder Jackson Albee. Jackson is 0 for 1 here today. Smogoleski still over at first. 2 outs here. Richter working from the stretch, the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss to Albee. So it goes 0-1. So Richter's pitch down low. Oh, it's now 1-1 to Albee. The 1-1 coming up here from Richter. And a swing and a miss for Albee, so it's 1-2 now. Richter comes set, the pitch. And he'll miss down low, so it's even 2-2 now to Jackson. And that's chopped on the ground, but that's going to get foul over down the third base line. Caden Adam digging that one out. Just past Coach Tom Magnuson over there. Tom's okay though. 2-2 here. Couple outs, so the twos are wild on the upper portion of that scoreboard here. So 2-2 here coming up. And that'll be hit out of play and foul. So the count remains 2-2 now. So Richter's 2-2 pitch here. Hit on the ground over to Weinfurter. His only play will be at first. And it's not going to be in time for... So Albee will be aboard. The base hit. So Albee with the base hit over to first, and Smogoleski down to second. 2 outs now for Jack Bartles. Jack is 1 for 1 this afternoon. Had a base hit back in inning 2. Richter's offering is swung on and missed by Bartles. So Richter from the stretch, the pitch, down low and out, so it's 1-1 now. One with 2 outs, couple runners aboard for Wausau. Smogoleski down at second, Albee down at first. Richter misses down low, so it's 2-1 now. Are in the top of the third inning here out at Buchholz Park. Couple of conference opponents going toe-to-toe here, and Richter's fastball misses down low, so it's a full count now coming up to Bartles. Beg your pardon, it's, 3-1. And that's ball 4, so Bartles now. Bartles walks. Albee goes to second and Smogoleski to third, so base is loaded now for left-handed hitting Davis Winter. Davis 1 for 1 here this afternoon. He had a base hit, a single back in inning number 2. Richter trying to work himself out of this here in the top half of inning number 3. Breaking ball in there for called strike 1 to Winter. And that's going to be chopped on the ground, foul. So it's 0-2 now here to Winter with 2 outs. Richter from the windup here, the 0-2 offering here, and that's swung on and missed, but that'll be, may have gotten a piece of that. Well, it's 0-2. Count remains 0-2 now to Winter. Big pitch coming up here for Richter. The 0-2 pitch, and that's going to be smashed foul. That'll catch the bullpen just past the right field area here.
Turn your foul balls to the concession stand for $1 token, or over in right field goes to Kevin Kovac. He has tokens also.
So the 0-2 count coming up here now to Winter. Raking ball misses just high, so it's 1-2 now here to Davis. The 1-2 pitch here. Getting a piece of that is Davis, so staying alive here, 1-2. Bases full of Bulldogs here. Full count, or 1-2 bases loaded here. Richter misses out, so it's 2-2 now. Nowhere to put Winter. Definitely gonna go at him, I'm sure. And Winter will foul that one into the Sixer dugout there. Everybody looks to be okay. Everybody alert. That'll definitely get the blood pressure up. Maybe 5 to 10 percentage points, give or take. Oh, it's 2-2 now here. And that's lifted into the air, and that's going to be a tough play. And not able to make the play. So a base hit here. Smogaleski scores. Albee scores here. Bartles out at second. And Winter aboard with a base hit. And this is Brennan Fictum. Brennan is 0 for 1. So Winter, his second hit. Davis 2 for 2 with that base hit. So Bartles at second, Winter at first. Fictum here with an 0-1 count. And that's in there for called strike 2. So it's now 1-2 to Fictum. The 0-2 pitch here to Fictum. And that's a called strike 3. And that's the third out, and that's another Serb-Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Zach Richter. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serb-Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. So 3 hits, couple runs come across here. Wausau expands their lead 3-0. We'll move to the bottom half of inning number 3. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, we're back out here. One of our many game day sponsors here today, Rocky Rococo's. Rocky Rococo's pan-style pizza and pasta is a Stevens Point favorite for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Always supporting local and always an easy and affordable choice for your next family night out, fast food on the go, or even your next catering for a party or work function. Joy Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point. Also brought to you today in part by Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. We're also brought to you today in part from Express Employment. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment to find the right career path for you. So Dayton Kobach coming up here, his first plate appearance for the Sixers. Ryan Rodemeyer out for his third inning of work here for Wausau. And he'll miss down low to Kobach, so it's 1-0 now. We're in the bottom half of inning number 3 here. Ball hit on the ground, going to be a tough play. That grass eats it up, but they will get Kobach. 5-3 put out for out number 1. That's Tony Eifeldano making the play over at third, charging on that baseball. Once he hits the grass, it does tend to slow down, obviously. So Josh Opiola coming up. And Opiola out front of the breaking ball from Rodemeyer, so it's 0-1 now. Rodemeyer misses outside. So it's 1-1. Chopper over to third. Long throw across the diamond, the 5-3 put out, so that's a couple of 5-3 outs here. Out number 2, Eifeldano making a good play on that. A good strong throw for out number 2. Top of the order coming back up, and Noah Marschke here. Noah's walked in his first plate appearance back in the first inning. Rodemeyer, and that ball drilled out into right, but that's going to be a foul ball. So it's 0-1 now, 2 outs here. That ball hit out of play and foul. And I guess a good trivia question for Chase Lyons here. How many foul balls do you think we've had here in this game? He's going to shake his head and say the over-under maybe 8, we'll say. Okay. And that'll be a base hit for Noah Marschke. That's a stat we don't keep track of, but nevertheless, Noah Marschke with a single here with 2 outs, and Peyton Flea's coming up. Peyton 0 for 1 here. He grounded into the 4-6-3 double play back in inning number 1. So 2 outs here for Fleece. Marschke aboard. Rodemeyer misses down and low. Down and out, I should say, so it's 1-0. Down and low, that's a new one. So it's 1-0 here to Fleece. High and up, down and low. Same essential thing, and the throw down, Marschke back in, so it's 2-0 now to Fleece. Rodemeyer from the stretch here, 2-0. 2 outs here to Fleece. And that's going to be in there for a called strike here. So it's 2-1 now. Bottom half of the third inning here, 2 outs. Rodemeyer, the off-speed pitch. It's going to be hit over to short. And they'll make the glove over to the 6-4 fielder's choice for out number 3. And that'll be the end of 3 innings complete here. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. Runner left. 3 innings in the books. Stevens Point down 3-0 here. We'll have the 4th inning coming up here. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
All right, back out here, inning 4 coming up here. One of our many game day sponsors here this afternoon, Shuda Funeral. Shuda Funeral Home is your local family-owned and operated funeral home committed to serving families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable funerals. That's Shuda Funeral Home of Stevens Point and Plover. So Oliver Tarosky will lead things off here in the top half of inning 4, and he hits one in the hole for a base hit for Tarosky, and that's his 2nd hit here this afternoon. So he's 2 for 3 now for Wausau, and that'll bring up Tony Eifeldano. Tony is 0 for 2. Couple of flyouts here, flew out to right and flew out to center. So his 3rd at-bat coming up here with Tarosky aboard at first. Zach Richter in for his 4th inning of work here for the Sixers. He'll work from the stretch, the pitch, and that is going to be ball 1. So it's 1-0 now to Tony. And that ball hit really hard over to Richter. He has a wherewithal to go over to second to get the lead runner. Nice job by Zach to stay with that. So the 1-6 fielder's choice. So Eifeldano aboard now with 1 out, and Smogaleski up now. Smogaleski 2 for 2 here this afternoon. He scored a run as well back in the 3rd. Luke, the first baseman for the Bulldogs here, and that pitch misses down, and it's 2-0 now to Luke. And Richter's pitch going to miss outside, so it's a 3-0 count coming up here to Luke Smogaleski. Richter set the pitch, misses outside, ball 4. And a 4-pitch walk will send Smogaleski down to first. And that'll bring up Caden Worth. Caden reached on an air back in inning 1, flew out to right in inning number 3. And he hits that one in the air. Fleas should have it. He'll make the catch. And then it'll be out number 2, so Worth retired now for the 2nd out. The F8. And that'll bring in Jesse Osnes here. Jesse is 0 for 2. Flew out to third and flew out to left. Jesse doing the designated hitting here in this one. Richter coming in with the fastball, misses in, so it's 1-0 now here to Osnes. And that's in there for strike one. So 1-1, 2 out. Pitch here from Richter. That misses outside, so it's 2-1 now. And that ball hit out into center. Peyton Flees going over it. He'll make the play. He'll lose his cap in the process. Well, that just means Peyton playing hard, hustling. And that'll be the third out, so Osnes retired on the F8. So one hit here and no runs, no errors. A move to the bottom half of inning number 4. Wausau out front here, 3-0. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
All right, back out here. One of our game day sponsors here, Rock and Roll Cafe. Treat the whole family to breakfast or lunch at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Mexican and American dishes cooked to perfection daily on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. So Caden Adden will lead things off here. He is 0 for 1 here today in this game. He'll foul the first Rodemeyer pitch off, and it's 0-1 now to Adam. Caden flew out to right field back in inning number 1 here today in this game. Looks like he may have fouled that off his perhaps lower leg knee area, it looks like. Looks like he'll be okay. So it's 0-1 coming up here now to Caden. Rodemeyer's pitch, that's fouled back into the fencing here. So it's 0-2 now to Adam. Breaking ball inside. Caden thought maybe it got a piece of his jersey. Did not, they're saying, so it's 1-2 now to Caden. That smashed down the line and foul. So it stays 1-2 to Adam. Stevens Point with a couple hits here today. Have not been able to get on the board just yet in this game, so that ball misses high and in, so it's 2-2 now to Caden. We're in the bottom of the 4th. And that'll be a called strike 3 for out number 1, and that's a Cert Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Ryan Rodemeyer. Called Jamie Wenzel at Cert Pro for the number 1 choice and cleanup and restoration. Kyle Madalena coming up here. Kyle with the fly out to first, his first at bat, the F3, so 0 for 1 here today in this game. First pitch hit out into right, hit pretty well, going back on it. And a good play made out in right for out number 2 to retire Kyle Madlena. That's Oliver Tarosky there. Making a good play on that. Tough play sometimes in that angle, but he did a nice job of making the play. And Braylon Smola coming up now with 2 outs. Braylon is 1 for 1 here today in this game with a stolen base. Single back in inning 2. Chopper hit over to second. And the 4-3 ground out to retire Braylon Smola for the 3rd out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base. We'll move to the 5th inning here. Wausau out front 3-0. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza. Hands down pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce. Toppings and spices.
You love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Pizza. Rocky Rococo.
All right, back out here. 5th inning coming into work, the 5th, I should say, is Zach Richter, one of our many game day sponsors here this afternoon, and that's Stop Construction. Stop Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. Also brought to you today in part by Cheese Pleasers. Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays for Wisconsin's finest cheese. Stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. So Jackson Albee will lead things off here in the top half of inning number 5. Jackson 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run back in inning 3. Struck out looking in inning 1. Hits that ball high into the air. Richter calling for it. He'll make the play for the 1st out to retire Jackson Albee for out number 1. And that'll bring up Jack Bartles. Jack is 1 for 1 here today. Singled in inning 2 and walked in inning number 3. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Richter working that ball, hit out into right field. That's Smola camping out under it for the 2nd out. He'll retire Bartles for the F9 for out number 2. Quickly 2 outs here for Richter and Davis Winter coming up. Davis 2 for 2 this afternoon. Couple of singles. Second baseman, left-handed hitting Davis Winter. And that's in there for a called strike to Winter, so it's 0-1 now. And that'll miss down low, I believe, so it is 1-1. And a smash in the hole between second and first for a base hit for Winter, and that's a 3-hit game for Mr. Winter there. 2-out base hit for Winter, and bringing up Brennan Fictum here. He's 0 for 2. Richter working from the stretch, the pitch. And that misses inside. So it's now 1-0. And that is a called strike. So 1-1 now. And working the inside there, called strike 2, so it is 1-2 now. Richter working with a 1-2 count here. And it's a called third strike. And that's out number 3, and another Serve-Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout here this afternoon for Zach Richter. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serve-Pro 4, the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. So we are through 5 innings here. Stevens Point trailing 3-0 here. I'll move to the 6th inning coming up. Beg your pardon, we are through 4 1/2. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. You're listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
All right, back out here, bottom half of inning 5 coming up here. I got ahead of myself half inning or so. It's the bottom half of inning 5. Stevens Point coming up. They'll lead things off with Caden Weinfurter, followed by Braden Marshke and Dayton Kobach. One of our many game day sponsors here today, Little Scholars Childcare. Little Scholars and Little Scholars Beginnings are 2 beautiful childcare and preschools in Stevens Point, offering early childhood learning for infants through 4K. You'll find great facilities and a comfortable environment to help your child grow. Visit littlescholars.com. And Caden Weinfurter will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th here for the Sixers. Caden 0 for 1 here today. And he looks at a Rodemeyer pitch inside, so it's 1-0. Ryan in for his 5th inning of work here for the Bulldogs. And he has pitched very well thus far. With his 5th inning of work, he's 4+, surrendering just the 2 hits thus far. And that is in there for a called strike 1 to Weinfurter. We mentioned Caden 0 for 1 here today in this second of 2 games for the Sixers. Off-speed pitch misses out, so it's a hitter's count coming up now to Weinfurter at 3-1. And that'll miss inside, so Weinfurter board for a walk here. Base on ball to Caden Weinfurter, and that brings up Braden Marshke. Braden 0 for 1 here today. Braden with a 1-3 ground out here, 0 for 1. And that pitch misses out, so it is 1-0 now to Braden. We're in the bottom of the 5th here. And in there for strike 1. Fastball from Rodemeyer in there, so it's 1-1 now to Marshke. Rodemeyer comes up high and misses. So it's a 2-1 count now. The 2-1 pitch here from Rodemeyer. And that'll miss high, so it is a 3-1 count now to Braden Marschke. With Caden Weinfurter at first, nobody out here. Bottom half inning, 5 here. 3-1 hitters count here, and the pitch is in there for a called strike 2, so it's a full count now to Braden Marschke. And that's hit on the ground over to short. And the play not going to be made, and Weinfurter going to hustle into third. We'll believe that'll probably be an E6 in all likelihood. And that'll bring up Matthew Ostrowski now. Pinch hitting here in the number 8 spot. Runners at the corner here, nobody out. Ostrowski. And that's a strike in there. So it's 0-1 here to Ostrowski. With Weinfurter over at third. Runner going. And Marschke will be in second, sliding with a stolen base. So a couple runners now in scoring position for Stevens Point. Nobody out. And a 1-1 count here to Ostrowski. And that'll be a base hit in there for Matthew Ostrowski. A run will come home. And an RBI single for Matthew. So Weinfurter scoring and Braden Marschke going to third on that, and Ostrowski in for and Coach Magnuson will come out here. We'll see if there's a pitching change. Not sure if there will be. We'll stay right here. And if there is a change, we'll go to commercial here, but we want to give thanks to so many of our sponsors here today, one of them being Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm has everything you need for summer fun on the water. Check out their huge selection of kayaks, water towables, fishing gear, and more. Shop in store at a store near you or online at fleetfarm.com. So Rodemeyer will stay in. And actually, that was not Tom Magnuson. That was another member of the Wausau coaching staff. So either way, Rodemeyer will stay in here. Nobody out. Runners at the corner with Braden Marschke over at third and Ostrowski over at first. Breaking ball in there to Opiola. Called strike. Josh 0 for 1 here in this game. He grounded into third. And the throw back over, and they're going to get Ostrowski leaning there a little bit, and that'll be the second out. And it's 0-1 now to Opiola. And a run hustling home on the wild pitch, so Braden Marschke will score the second run for Stevens Point. And it's 1-1 now to Josh Opiola. Rodemeyer's pitch misses down, so 2-1 now. Josh showing bunt for a moment there. So it's 3-1 now. 1 out here. 3-1 pitch. That's hit pretty well, but that's going to be at the left fielder for the second out here. And that's Jackson Albee over there to make the play out and left, and that'll bring up the top of the order here with Noah Marshke coming up 1 for 1 with a single and a walk here today. This afternoon anyways. And he'll lift that one out of play and foul. So 0-1 here to Noah. 2 outs. Pitch from Rodemeyer. That's going to be hit. We'll see if that has enough to stay in play or not. And the play is made in foul territory, and Marshke will be out. So had a tough angle seeing that, but that'll be the end of 5 complete here. So a couple runs do come across here. So Stevens Point cuts the lead down to 1. So it's 3-2. We'll move to the 6th inning of action here. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
All right, Chase Lyons giving me the thumbs up, meaning the green light is on here. 6th inning of work coming up. One of our many game day sponsors here, Wood Street Rentals. No matter the job, big or small, look to Wood Street Rentals to get the equipment you need to get the job done. Offering a wide range of equipment needs and delivery to any job site, look to Wood Street Rentals in Stevens Point. So Oliver Tarosky here will lead things off. Oliver is 2 for 3 here today at the dish. Couple of singles. And that's a strike in there. So Oliver again 2 for 3 this afternoon for post 10. The 1 off rain is in there for strike 2. So quickly 0-2 now to Oliver Tarosky. We're in the top of the 6th here. And Richter misses out, so it's 1-2 now. And that'll be strike 3 swinging for the first out, and another Serb Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Zach Richter. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serb for the #1 choice and cleanup and restoration. So 1 away now for Tony Eifeldano. Tony is 0 for 3 here this afternoon. And Richter in there for called strike 1. And that ball hit out into shallow right. That's going to be a tough play. And that'll be a base hit for Tony Eifeldano. Smola was charging in on it. But that'll be a base hit to right for Eifeldano. And Luke Smogoleski now. Luke 2 for 2 here this afternoon. Couple of base hits, a walk, and a run scored. We're in the top of the 6th here. Wausau out front 3-2. Zach Richter working here in the 6th inning for the Sixers. And Smogoleski here Left-handed hitting first baseman. Hits that ball pretty hard. That's going to be in the gap. That'll be extra bases. A run going to score here. And they're going to get the out at second. Smolgoleski was thinking a 3. He'll get the double, though, on that, and an RBI. And Eifeldana will score on that.
Batting for Wausau, number 6, Kaden Worth.
That ball hit well. So 2 away now here for Caden Worth. Worth today 0 for 3. And that's in there for a called strike, so it's 1-1 now to Worth. That ball skips away from Kobach here, so it's a 2-1 count now to Worth. That ball fouled. So it's now 2-2 to Caden Worth. Two offering on the way. A swing and a miss for out number 3. And another Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Zach Richter. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. 5.5 innings are in the books here. Bottom of the 6th coming up here. Wausau gets another run, however, a couple hits. And we will move to the bottom half of inning number 6. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
All right, back out here, bottom half, inning number 6. Peyton Fleas coming up here. Culligan Water, get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at culliganh2o.com. Fleas 0 for 2 in this contest here. And that ball hit out into the, on a diving play made out there, and a beautiful play at that. That's Caden Worth laying out for that. Great play by Mr. Worth for out number 1 to retire Peyton Fleas. And that'll bring up Caden Adam. Caden is 0 for 2 here this afternoon. Time being called. One away here for Adam. Breaking ball in there for a strike. And it's 0-1 now here to Adam. And they'll say Adam went on that, so it's quickly now 0-2. So 1 out and an 0-2 pitch coming up here from Rodemeyer, and that's going to be hit and just out of the reach of the second base. Caden Adam will be aboard with a single here for the Sixers with 1 out, a 1-out single here in the bottom half of inning number 6. Defensively, a heck of an effort there from Davis Winter laying out for that, but just out of his reach, and that'll bring up Kyle Madlena. Kyle here 0 for 2 this afternoon. He flew out to right field back in inning number 4. He's got Caden Adam over at first. Rodemeyer with 1 out here. And that's in there for a called strike. Rodemeyer's 0-1 pitch going to be outside, so it's 1-1 now here to Kyle Madlena. Rodemeyer checking back on Adam over there at first. It's 1-1 to Madlena. Rodemeyer set from the stretch, the pitch. And that misses high, so it's 2-1 now. So 2-1 here to Madlena. Wausau with a 4-2 lead here. Last of many games in this. And that is going to be a base hit for Madlena to keep this 6th inning going here.
Batting for the Sixers, number 21, Braylon Smola.
And that'll bring up Braylon Smola, 1 for 2 here today, this afternoon. A single, a stolen base in inning 2, and grounded to second in inning number 4. 1 out here with a couple runners on, with Adam out at second and Madlena out at first. Rodemeyer's pitch high, so it's 1-0. And Smola going to hit that one, and he will not make the play, but a good effort and a run going to score here. We'll see what they say here. I think the umpires will talk it over. It looked like maybe that was in for a base hit, but certainly difficult for me to tell from this angle, though I do have a pretty good view here. But and that'll be a base hit for Smola. Two outs here for Caden Weinfurter. So they'll say the base hit by Smola, and then Madlena, they get at second, but Adams scores, so the lead now 4-3. Weinfurter hits that out to right, and that will be out number 3, the F9, to retire Caden Weinfurter. 3 hits and a run. 6 innings in the books now. It's 4-3 Wausau. We move to the 7th inning of play here today. You're watching and listening to American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
All right, we are back out here. John Yazjeski out here for the 7th inning. Wausau with a 4-3 lead here. We move to the 7th inning, top half of inning number 7. Zach Richter goes the 6 innings. And Yazjeski comes in for the 7th. Of course, Stevens Point as the home team would have the last at-bat here. They trail by 1. I give thanks to our game day sponsors today. That's Lee Ayers Jewelers, Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Point Insurance, and Premier Auto. So Jesse Osnes here will lead things off for Wausau. Jesse 0 for 3 here this afternoon in this game. Hitting in the 5th spot here for Wausau. And that pitch from Yazjeski misses down low, so it's 1-0 now to Osnes. And Osnes hits that ball pretty well on the screws. That's going to be off the ivy out in left field. Stays in the field of play, but a double for Jesse Osnes. Gave that one a ride indeed. So Osnes aboard with a stand-up double. And that'll bring up Jackson Albee now. Jackson 1 for 3 here this afternoon, a single and a run scored back in inning 3. Yazjeski in there for strike 1 to Albee. Ostrowski going to say a few words to his pitcher here. Mutual of Wausau Insurance. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. So Yazjeski working from the stretch here for Stevens Point. Osnes down at second. And that misses inside now, so it is 1-1 to Albee. Yazjeski taking a look back at Osnes. He'll retreat back into second. Showing bunt is Albee, and he'll bunt that foul, and it's now 1-2. So a 1-2 count here coming up to Albee. Nobody out here, top half of the 7th inning of play. Wausau out front 4-3. And that'll be a swing and a miss. And that'll be a strikeout for John Yazjeski and a Serpro Jamie Wenzel strikeout at that. You can call Jamie Wenzel at Serpro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Out, one out for Jack Bartles. Jack is 1 for 2 here today with a walk. And Yazjeski in there for strike one to the shortstop, Jack Bartles. So it's 0-1 here to Bartles. And that misses, so it's now 1-1 to Jack. With Osnes over at second. As Jeske misses high and inside, so it's now 2-1 to Bartles. Osnes, the runner in scoring position for Wausau, out at second. That ball chopped on the ground over to second. Opiola ranging over. He'll make the play there at second for the second out. And Jack Bartles retired for out number 2. Jesse Osnes goes to third, and that'll bring up Davis Winter. Davis 3 hits today for Wausau, 3 for 3 on the afternoon in this one. Left-handed hitting second baseman and Davis Winter here. Yazjeski with 2 outs. His team trails by 1. That ball hit down the line. That'll be the 4th base hit, and he's going in for 2, and the throw coming in. And another run will score, so Osnes comes in to score, and Davis Winter with a double, his 4th hit today. And he'll get a Ethan Sillers will come on to pinch hit here for Brendan Fictum. So Ethan's first plate appearance here this afternoon for Wausau. So Wausau out front here, 5-3. Yazjeski checking back on the pinch hitter or pinch runner there for Wausau. I think that may have been Lucas Hager that came into pinch run. I believe. I didn't exactly see it, but and Stillers swings through strike 1 now, so it's 0-1. Ball hit on the ground to Weinfurt at short. His only play be at 1. And they're not going to get Sillers, so he'll be aboard with a single. Runners now at the corner. And Oliver Tarosky coming up now. Oliver, a couple of hits today. 2 for 4 this afternoon for the leadoff hitter, Oliver Tarosky. 2 outs here. Wausau out front, 5-3. And that pitch misses inside, so it is 1-0 out Oliver. So Wausau with the 13 hits, the 5 runs here this afternoon. Yazjeski going after him, and that's a strike, so it's 1-1 now. Runners at the corner here with 2 outs here. Yazjeski misses outside, so it's 2-1 now. And that pitch will miss inside, so it's now a 3-1 count here to Tarosky. Three and one to the right fielder, Oliver Tarosky. Runners at the corner, 2 outs here. Yazjeski from the stretch, the pitch. Coach Opiola will come out to say a few words here to his pitcher and Oliver Tarosky here. Bless you. Bases loaded with 2 outs here. Wausau with the 5-3 advantage here. And Tony Eiffeldano will be the hitter here for the Bulldogs here. Coach Opiola will stay with John Yazjeski here. And Eiffeldano here today is 1 for 4. Bases loaded here for Eiffeldano. And that is in there for a called strike to Tony. John's 0-1 pitch here. And that's hit out to Fleas out in center. He'll make a couple steps back. He'll camp out under it. And he'll make the play out in center field for the 3rd out to retire Tony Eiffeldano. Wausau gets 3 hits and a run. And they go up 5-3 now. Bottom half, inning 7 coming up. Last call here for Stevens Point. Score 5-3 here out at Buchholz Park. We'll be back here in a moment. You are listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back in a moment.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
All right, Braden Marschke out here leading things off here for the Sixers in the bottom of the 7th here. Stevens Point trailing by 2 runs. Braden reached on the E6, scored a run and stole a base back in inning 5. And that pitch misses out, so it's 2-0 out here to Braden Marschke. Pitch misses down, so it's 3-0 to Braden. Matthew Ostrowski, the on-deck hitter for Stevens Point, a called strike to Marschke, so it's 3-1 now. And Marschke aboard with a base on ball here. And that'll bring up Matthew Ostrowski here. Matthew had a single back in the 5th in his only plate appearance in this game. An RBI as well here, so Rodemeyer still out there, his 7th inning of work. And that's in there for strike 1. Josh Opiola, the on-deck hitter for Stevens Point. Chopper hit to second, only play going to be at first. The 4-3 putout will get Matthew Ostrowski for out number 1. But Braden Marschke will advance to second, so 1 out now for Josh Opiola. Josh 0 for 2 at the plate here this afternoon. He flew out to left field and grounded to third. And he looks at strike 1, so it is 0-1 now here to Opiola. Ball hit over to short. Play made over there. The 6-3 put out to retire Josh Opiola for out number 2. And that'll bring up Noah Marschke here with 2 outs. And Braden Marschke over at third. Looking to try to keep this ball game going here for the Sixers. Rodemeyer from the windup, the pitch. And that'll be a base hit out into center field, and a run will score on that. So an RBI for Noah Marschke, driving in Braden Marschke. And Pate Flees coming up now with 2 away with Noah Marschke, the tying run over at first. Flees 0 for 3 in this contest. And that pitch misses high to Fleece. So it's 1-0 now. 5-4 game here. Wausau up front by a run. Rodemeyer has gone the distance here thus far. Fastball in there for strike 1 to Fleece, so it's 1-1 now. And that's going to be a slow roller over to third. And the play is made, and that's a 5-3 ground out to end the game here. And that'll be a final here, 5-4. Wausau. So 5-4, we'll have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your fresh cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. We'll wrap things up here out at Buchholz Park, the very last game of this 3-day tournament. Again, a final out here. Wausau Post 10, 5, Stevens Point Sixers 4. We'll take a few-minute pause. We'll wrap things up out here in the press box out at Buchholz Park here. You've been listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment with our brief Nasonville Dairy postgame show.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
All right, we're back out here. A final here again, 5-4. Wausau comes out of here with a 5-4 victory in the final game of the 3-day Ed Kardak Firecracker Classic tournament here. Pretty good baseball game. Zach Richter and Ryan Rodemeyer. Ryan Rodemeyer goes the distance here for the Bulldogs, and he'll get the victory today for Wausau as they again come out of here with a 5-4 victory. Stevens Point falls now to 13-6 on the year. And Wausau, on the other hand, they'll improve to 10-11 overall. Both of these teams will be back here. I beg your pardon, they'll be back in action against each other, but that game will be up at Athletic Park, I believe. That's on Tuesday night. That's a 7:30 game over in Wausau. So we just want to certainly give thanks to everyone that came out for these 3 days. Weren't sure exactly how things were going to shape up with weather and the like, but turned out to be a really nice weekend of some 4th of July baseball. Good job by everyone here in Stevens Point and the community and surrounding areas, and certainly our umpires and coaches and all of the players. And thanks to Chase Lyons for a great job on production as always here over the weekend. Katie Leckton was on production. Chase called a few games as well, and certainly I was happy to be part of all of this as well. We'll wrap it up here. Again, a final out here. Wausau 5, Stevens Point Sixers 4. Both teams back in action on Tuesday night over in Wausau. That's a 7:30 game. That'll be a game on Zaleski Sports, I believe, at 7:30. We'll sign off here. Chase Lyons on our production crew. Brandon Barancott on the call. Have yourself a good rest of Sunday evening. You've been listening to and watching American Legion Baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Have a good night.